Minhu won chesa na nsema frɛ odo yembo nkomo wo yɛ da bemba memenda ama wa mehunu wa ma makoma esi pim sɛ machuma no ama bema pa a machepuma senkra me poma meda me poma ho na medi wochi sɛ ne asoma wedi odo asoma utuntum efe no kre bibini ba utiri hu sɛ srechira homa wenitia ho ofe osire efe hwenese asenka amonsi fita sa akado asemi yinsen kwa wo me de sa o me hu enika sa danko oba yembo nkomo de ahofe wasre sa un bisa medin de timi de mechi ana mi ndi wachi na de bi taa wachi a metimi ate oba me ni je wo ho se ne rasta don rasta.
Yes, you're welcome back from that quick one. We're still here on Stand Up on Shobiz TV with me, Evergreen Asantua. And today, we're doing something different. We're still celebrating the Day of Love. And our special someone here at Shobiz TV, Mrs. Jessie. So today, we have poet Timmy in the studios. And I know that from the video you watched, which was titled Ama, you enjoyed that piece. And it was by him, and he's here in person. You're welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
On say achumo. Hey, where do you find all of that? Those words?
Yes. So, good morning to Cherry viewers, and good morning to your beautiful self.
Good morning.
All right. So I do happen to be a poet, so that makes me a deep thinker. So I think about them and then I write them. So yes.
So okay. So what was like the whole poem about?
The Ama.
Because I was hearing a lot of accolades and all
yes.
That.
So it was appreciating a lady's beauty. So just like you are. So if I want to talk about you, I just tell how you look. So I just had to tackle all the parts. I mean, so some of the parts I should say. To talk about and then how to describe the lady. So basically that is what I did in that piece.
Okay. So what sparked your journey into spoken word and also poetry?
I think it would be talent and then life, I would say.
Right.
As they say, every day is an acting process. If you happen to be an actor, they say every day is an acting process. So we also talk. So every day is speaking process. You have to think. So I happen to do that as well. So it just sparked as me being someone who wanted to get involved with life's activity or to professionalize what I do or what I say. That is to craft it, make it an art, and then distribute it.
And what is that thing that keeps you passionate about the job?
You. Okay, so when I say
what do you mean by me?
Yes. I first of all said life. Okay, so everything that involves life, we all play a part in life. So the people I meet, the people who I get associated with or to, I somehow take inspiration from how they live, what they say, what they do. So then I make it into my way.
Into your way.
Sometimes also my life experience. I may not even experience some of the things I say in my poems. I mean the sad poems. But then I just take from, let's say, Evergreen has a story to tell or has said a story.
I have a lot of stories to tell.
Then I have a lot of poems to write. So you see, it is basically about that. I take inspiration from what goes around myself and around people.
Okay, that's great. And in regards to that, how do you approach your script writing as a multiple award-winning poetist, or how do you?
Yeah, poet. So for spoken word artist.
I got it right.
Yeah. Yes. So you, the question again. Let me get it first.
Okay, so, I asked how you approach script writing.
By thinking, as I initially said, by being focusing on it.
Right.
Taking
or
inspiration.
in other words, in terms of concept development for your project.
Right. So I want to talk about love.
Right.
I want to write about love.
Right.
I first of all need to establish what I really want to talk about. Love has different aspects, so it could be the broken part, the sad part. But now I do not want to make a poem about the sad part. I want to make the happy parts, the ones that will make you chill out. You understand? So I need to concentrate on that and then develop each line. So each line will sink into the next. The next line will also bring another. Then it birth into each other, and then I mold them, create them, and then.
Right. So you do event emceeing. You organize events. You were a poetess.
Yes.
And it goes on and on and on. Which one started before the other, and how do you balance between
writing started first.
Right.
I remember I was writing. Okay, so I remember writing for friends. I mean, they go like, Timmy, I've seen this lady. I would want you to, I mean, call some words for me to approach her with. Then I'll do that. So it was just for fun. So it started as fun. I write, then they will take it, deliver, and then it works.
Right.
So there was one time I was watching a show, a morning show like this. It's also called Sun something on TV. And it was Val's Day. I was living at Tema by then. So the host was like, they want people. It's kind of competition. So we should write poem. The ones that win, there was an American, a UK person coming to have a show in Alliance Francaise. So the poems that will be selected as winning poems, we get a chance to be on that show, and also some Val's Day hamper. I was like, Charlie, Timmy, what church am I for free? Okay, try something. So I picked up my phone, then onto their Facebook, I wrote it. And then when they were mentioning names, I was the first. And actually, when the lady was reading the poem, she was so excited about it. So, like, I work it. So, it was a wow.
It was
basically, these things make us happy, and it brings us the inspiration I mentioned about to keep writing. So sad things are the reason why we keep developing.
Okay, that's great. Now let's also talk about some of the challenges that you faced, especially here in Ghana. I mean, poetry is not something that a lot of people embrace. Not to talk about organizing a full show for poetry.
Yeah, you are right about that. Whenever there is an activity, there is a show or event, what comes to your mind is music. Music. So it's been like that. I have a piece I wrote, and I was like, what is, let me make the sound. So what is ba 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 without the words? Okay, so what is pa without I am coming soon? The scripture said, say, on the last day there will be, the trumpet will be blown. Now we hear trumpets each day when we go to church. But then that was okay, this is the rapture. So I'm literally saying that beats do not make sense, quote unquote, without the words. The words are what we reason with. So if they are always looking for beats like music to dance, I mean, you need to sometimes pay attention to the words. So we are having difficulty because everyone wants to dance. They think poetry is like too solemn. So, but then we are the ones, I mean, we entertain. Poets do entertain, poets do give information, poets do educate as well. So it is a whole pack. If you pay attention to us, you would realize that no, we are making sense actually. And you can also dance to some of our ways. I mean, dance in the sense that reason live on. So there's been a challenge with people thinking that poetry is, I mean, maybe I mean, like, but we are entertaining. So if you see the entertainment aspect, trust me, you would love poetry. So it has been a challenge whereby people think actually poets, they are delaying our time, wasting our time. But then it is changing. I would tell you the truth. It is changing, just that we do not have more avenues where we do exhibit our crafts. We do not have more. As time goes on, we believe, like I believe, people like yourself will wake up one week and be like, this weekend I'm going to a poetry show. I'm going to a poetry club.
Right.
So you just come, sip on your cocktail. So it's a challenge. I mean, what's it called? But then it is working out.
It is working out. It is working out. So what is that thing that you envision to actually change in the industry with all these challenges that you've mentioned?
That one day Asantwa will wake up and be like, this weekend I'm going for a poetry show.
But how will you make it happen? Because you have to find a way to convince me.
By always, right now I'm here, right?
Right.
Telling you about poetry,
right.
Telling you that it is very good. It is good to the soul as well. Telling you, just like music, poetry also gives sense
right.
in our daily life.
Right.
So we are going to places, finding avenues to preach that gospel. Okay. Let me try and do this. I am on your eyes. Touch me with a simple kiss. Place me in your mind and I'll settle in your heart. Consume your whole and possess your soul with love. I will make you realize I'm a perfect creation you should have for all these years been seen. The touching is getting close. The kiss is getting much, in fact, sweet pain.
Hey. Okay. What do you fancy here?
So we have a way that we craft our words.
Right.
And we need to tell you that
right.
this is how it is done.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Then I'm sure that with this, a lot of people would want to come and watch.
They should.
Because, poetry has its own way. Sometimes, personally, I even find it difficult to, maneuver my way around poetry. Because aside the words, the style, the nature of it, everything about it is just, I don't know how to describe it. But
of course.
But it's actually pleasing.
Very. Thank you.
Right.
So, as I said, we are still convincing people.
Great. And let's talk about Jesus Love Poetry.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about it.
All right, so Jesus Loves Poetry is also a poetry event.
Right.
It happens, it's a yearly event, I would say, but then we haven't had it for 2 years now, or last year.
Okay.
So, Jesus Loves Poetry happens to be an avenue a platform, I should say, where we put poets on to come and share gospel-centered poems, mainly, and also we have comedians also passing through. So, in our past or previous editions, we've had the word, we've had beautiful events when it comes to Jesus Loves Poetry. It happens at the Presbyterian Church at Washiman Trinity.
Right.
And it's been a yearly thing where we've had people passing through, like myself, like Rhyme Sonny, like Jeffrey Note, Obi and Ponsan, Lexi. So we've had quite a number of people coming through. Jesus Loves Poetry is one of the shows that I think is doing well when it comes to poetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say it's doing well, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's rate it.
I would say 8.
8.
Because it has become an household name.
Right.
Where yearly people go like, Timmy, this year we having Jesus Loves Poetry.
Right.
So it means people have embraced it. So I would say on a scale, in that aspect, I would say 8 too. But of course, we do have our personal challenges when it comes to putting shows together.
Right.
As I said, people first of all do think music or dance before. So.
But how are you able to raise your own army? Let me put it that way, or a fan base, because you said it's a yearly event.
Yeah.
So yearly you're getting people to actually attend,
Yeah.
and I'm very sure that the crowd keeps improving.
Yes, of course. I think the first show I did was in it was 2019.
2019.
And it was February. Okay, I did that, and then my head pastor saw it and he was like, Timmy, you invited me, I couldn't come. Why didn't you come to the church to do it?
Right.
It's like, we'll work on that.
Right.
So we worked on that, and then Jesus Loves Poetry happened twice in that year. The following year we did it and it kept improving. I've also had series of events at the Accra Mall poetry show where people, we mount a stage, a small
podium
setup, then we will be reciting back to back poet. Then you see people passing through, they tend to stop, feel it. So Jesus Love Poetry, I believe in few years to come is going to be one that you yourself will wake up, you put on your calendar, like this December I'm going to Jesus Love Poetry.
Right, we are hoping so too. Yeah. I mean, I would personally love to see that.
You have to.
But what is that unique element that you think you bring into your performances? And how does that differ globally?
I make sure my words click. I make sure my words sink into emotions.
Right.
When Amma was being played, there was a line that was catchy to you.
Right.
So if I perform a poem or a piece, there is definitely going to be that line that will sink into you. So I try to touch emotions with my performance and my delivery. And my writing skill is one that I think is one of the creative. It is one of the soothing. So it definitely will touch you.
Okay. Yeah. Talking about soothing and touching, how do you personally also see, poetry or even spoken word contributing to, cultural expressions and also storytelling?
Okay. So there's it. Do you know when you go to especially in the Akan regions where the chiefs or the kings, when they are being installed, there will be this, how do they call it, linguist? They'll be reciting, making incantations and all that. Sometimes they perform poetry, but if you're not poetry inclined, you might not know that is what they are doing. But then poetry is performed. It is just left for some of us saying, we are doing this professionally. We do for exhibitions, book lunch, summits, seminars. We do perform there. Sometimes we open the whole thing. If you have a book and you are launching, I would write, you give me the synopsis, I come, I take the synopsis, okay, this is what it's about. Then I develop a concept about it. Trust me, we've all, in one way or the other, been poets before. You've probably written a catchy line to your good friend, maybe on one friend's birthday.
Today people are actually doing a lot of poetry. It's just the time is 9:20. I'm sure people we've gotten about 100 poetry messages.
Trust me.
And it goes on and on and on. Yeah. Before the day ends, there'll be a lot of it.
There will be a lot.
Absolutely.
But
wait, on that note, do you get people coming to you for such messages?
That's what this don't. The first message I saw popped in. Well, it happens every time. I would say, because I do write for people on. So let's begin with New Year, February, March. Mother's Day I do, Father's Day I do. So throughout the Easter I do.
So you've just been doing. Do you charge for that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that is great.
Yeah, that is a business. So I do write for and Val's Day like this I do promotions. So I write then. I write to mend, and even when you want to break up with someone, you want it in a stylish way. We can work on it.
You are kidding me, right?
Come on, I'm being serious.
You are ruining people's bonds and what we call relationships.
No, maybe you don't want to say, darling, let's break up, or Akusha, let's break up. You want it in there.
Coffee for baby. Okay, now let's talk about Confessions, a tale of love and poem or poetry.
Thank you. Yes. So Confessions is my new baby. And it is a poetry show where we are going to talk about love. We are going to share stories. You might be in the crowd and then you have a story to tell. So you might be called. Okay, then you tell the story. So Confessions is my newborn baby, as I said, and it is happening on the 17th of February, this very Saturday at the National Theatre Folks Place.
Folks Place.
Let me look into this camera and then say it well.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
Confessions is happening on this very Saturday, the 17th. And it is happening at the National Theatre Folks Place. Tickets are going out for 59.80 pesos.
59.80 pesos.
Yes.
Why 0.80 pesos?
Okay, so that is the online. If you are buying, definitely there will be some deduction. So we are taking that charge out. So it rounds up to maybe 60. So yeah.
Right.
So and we have the double also at 99.80 pesos. So we are trying to do something.
Okay.
So yes, you don't have to miss this because this show is going to be a packed pod, and trust me, I'm going to perform in a way that you have not seen before. You've not seen on any Ghanaian stage. It is going to be one of.
Okay, and let's talk about some of the performing artists on there.
Yes. So we have Vital Speaks. We have Joaquin Speaks. We have Abochi on. We have Lassie Music. We do have Quick Legend. We have Clear Music. I mean, they are on. And I would take this opportunity to say a deeper condolence to. Should I? No, I don't have to say it online.
Are you sure?
Maybe he told me this morning, so I don't have to let people know.
Okay. Okay. So how can we find you on social media? And if you want ticket, any other thing, your final words.
All right. So Confessions. To get a ticket, you will dial *844 *158 hash. *844 *158 hash, and you get a ticket. And also you can follow me on Instagram on all the social at poettimmy_right. Okay. And also if you need anything, a gig, and you want us to come and perform for you, you can call, or any inquiries to the show, you can call this number 0548 311 260. 0548 311 260, or just follow me and then we will. I quickly respond to messages.
Okay.
I'm not trying to cheat.
Alright, thank you for joining me here in the studios. And Poet Timmy has, something different, something soothing, something lovely for us here in the studios, and you, our cherished viewers. So do well to stick and stay with me. I'll go for a quick musical break. When I come back, you see Poet Timmy doing his thing.
So wonderful, it's so powerful, it's a beautiful day. Baby Philomena, why they make man on the shiver? I'm on a way to you, don't want to make it tell me I go come deliver.